Hi there and welcome back to my video blog. My name is Anastasia Riley. I am a real estate agent here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area of Texas. I'm pretty good at what I do and I would love your business. 972-984-0511 is my direct cell phone number. So today's topic is closing costs. Closing costs are the expenses over and above the price of the property that buyers and sellers pay to complete a real estate transaction. Both parties have their own set of closing expenses. Let's start with the seller's portion first. So real estate commission is your largest closing expense. Lucky for our sellers in Texas, they get to pay for both realtors. Normally, 3% goes to the listing agent, the agent who markets and sells the property and protects the seller's best interests throughout the transaction. Another 3% goes to the buyer's agent who assists the buyer with finding the right property, negotiating favorable terms, and obviously watching out for the buyer's best interests throughout the transaction. Another common seller's expense in Texas is a so-called owner's title insurance. It is basically an insurance policy under which a title company insures the policyholder or the new homeowner that the deed to the property is clean and clear with no outstanding liens or any other title defects. The cost of the owner's title policy is determined, regulated by state, and it is based on the selling price of a home. For instance, an owner's title policy on a $300,000 home is about $2,000. Another seller's closing expense is an escrow fee. In Texas, we use title companies to facilitate a real estate transaction, and an escrow fee is basically a fee that a title company charges to do so. And the average escrow fee in our area is about $400, plus minus $50. If your home is located in a community that is subject to a homeowners association, you will likely have to pay for HOA transfer fees and subdivision information package to be delivered to the buyer. The expense of HOA transfer fee and subdivision information varies greatly based on the community you live in. The broad average in our area is about $350. However, there are a few communities that can charge as high as 1% of the sales price. You will pay another $200, maybe $300 in miscellaneous administrative expenses, such as obtaining a tax certificate by a title company and also having an attorney to prepare some documentation. It is very likely that you have an existing survey on your home from when you originally purchased your home. Survey, it's usually a legal size paper showing your lot boundaries and the footprint of your home. If you do not have your existing survey, or if the survey you have is not acceptable to the buyer's lender or the title company, you might be required to purchase one. It is about $400 to $500 to get a new survey. Obviously, that only applies for homes that are standard size homes in a subdivision, in an average subdivision. If you have an acreage property, the survey will cost way it will be pricier than that. And that's about it when it comes to closing costs, to the seller's portion of your Texas closing costs. It is common for Texas buyers to ask the seller to contribute a few $100s towards their home warranty. The most common dollar amount I see now in contracts, it's about $500 per policy. But that's not a mandatory expense. It's common but not mandatory. Buyers can also ask sellers in Texas to contribute some money towards their closing costs. It doesn't really happen often nowadays, mainly because of the great strong sellers market we have had here, but it can be an optional expense as well. So in my next video episode, we're going to go over the buyer's closing costs associated with purchasing a home in Texas. In the meanwhile, if you have any questions whatsoever, I'm just a phone call away. Thank you so much for watching.